So good morning, guys. Go and make yourself a cup of tea. Get yourself a box of tissues. I think it's going to get very sad very fast. Two cliffhangers yesterday. I can't believe that both spots where I chose to stop it was where things hit the fan. Anyway, it's a bit sad today. It's the last day, last chapter of They Both Die in the End. I don't know who else, but I get a little bit sad when I finish reading a book I really like, especially when it has two awesome characters like Rufus and Matteo. Anyway, we're there, and I've ordered the next book, which was the first one that I suggested John, and it should come probably tomorrow with a bit of luck, and we'll start it. Right. Rufus, 8:47 p.m. I wake up choking on smoke. This deafening fire alarm makes it mad hard to think. I don't know what's happening, but I know this is the moment. I reach over to wake up Matteo, but my hand finds no one in all this darkness, just my phone, which I pocket. Matteo! The fire alarm is drowning out my cries and I'm choking, but I still call for him. Moonlight beams through the window, and that's all the light I have to work with. I grab my fleece and wrap it around my face while crawling on the floor, reaching for Matteo, who's got to be somewhere here on the floor and not anywhere near the source of the smoke. I shake off thoughts of Matteo burning because no, that's not happening. Impossible. I get to the front door and open it, allowing some of the black smoke to spill out. I cough and cough, choke and choke. The fresh air is what I need, but the panic is doing its damn best to keep me down and out for the final count. Breathing is so fucking hard. There are some neighbours out here no one Matteo ever shared any stories about. There are so many things he hasn't gotten around to telling me. It's okay, we still have a few more hours together once I find him. We've already called the fire department, one woman says. Someone get him water. Some man says, patting my back as I continue choking. I got a note from Matteo earlier, another man says. Said he was going to be passing and not to worry about the stove. When did he come home? I knocked earlier and he wasn't there. I beat the cough out of my system, the best I can, at least before pushing the man aside with more strength than I'd have bet I had. I run back inside the burning apartment, straight toward the orange glow of the kitchen. Apartment is blasting with heat I'd never known. The closest thing being when I was in Cuba vacationing with my family on Varadero Beach. I don't know why Matteo didn't stay in bed. We had a fucking deal. I don't know what the problem stove was having, but if I know Matteo, and damn it, I do, I bet he was doing something nice for us. Something that absolutely isn't worth his life. Into the flames I go. I'm about to run into the kitchen when my foot connects with something solid. I drop to my knees and grab whatever it is, and it's the arm that was supposed to be around me when I woke up. I grab Matteo by the fingers and seep deep into boiled skin, and I'm crying hard as I find Matteo's other arm and drag him away from the fire, out of the smoke and towards all the sons of bitches who are shouting at me from the doorway but aren't brave enough to run in and save some kids. The hallway light hits Matteo, his back is badly burned, and I turn him over and half of his face is severely burned, the rest of is deep red. I wrap my arm around his neck and cradle him, rocking him back and forth. Wake up, Matteo, wake up, I beg. Why did you get out of bed? We said we wouldn't get out of. He shouldn't have gotten out of bed, and he shouldn't have ditched me in that home of fire and smoke. Firefighters arrive, neighbours are prying me away from Matteo, and I swing at one, hoping that if I can deck one they'll all fuck off, or I'll find themselves kicked into Matteo's burning home. I want to smack Matteo awake, but I shouldn't hit his face that already has been touched by flames. But this stupid Matteo kid isn't waking up. Damn it! A firefighter kneels beside me. Let us get him in an ambulance. I finally give in. He didn't receive the alert today, I lie. Get him to the hospital fast, please. I stay with Matteo as they cart him down the elevator, through the lobby and outside towards the ambulance. A medic checks Matteo's pulse and looks at me with sympathy, and it's fucking bullshit. We have to get him to the hospital. You see that, I say. Come on, stop fucking around, let's go. I'm sorry, he's gone. Do your job and get him to the fucking hospital. Another medic opens the ambulance rear doors, but he doesn't put Matteo in the back. He pulls out a body bag. Hell no! I snatch the body bag from his hand and throw it into the bushes because body bags are for corpses and Matteo isn't dead. I return to Matteo's side, choking and crying and dying. Come on, Matteo, it's me, Ruf. You hear me right? It's Ruf. Wake up. Please, wake up. 9:16 p.m. I'm sitting on the curb where the medics bag Matteo Torres up. 9:24 p.m. I'm receiving medical attention in the back of the ambulance as they rush me to Strauss Memorial. Sitting here reminds me of my family dying all over again. My heart is burning and I'm so pissed off at Matteo for dying before me. I don't want to be here. I should find a rental bike or go for a run, even if breathing hurts. But I also can't leave him like this. I talked to the boy in the body bag about all the things we said we'd do together, but he can't hear me. When we reach the hospital, they split us up. They take me to intensive care and wheel Matteo off to the morgue for observation. My heart is burning. 9:37 p.m. I'm in a hospital bed getting good air from the oxygen mask and checking out all the love from the Plutos on my Instagram pics. There's no bullshit crying face emojis. They all know I'm not about that. Their messages on my last pic with Matteo are the ones that get me. At Tago away. We will live it up for you, Ruf. Hashtag Plutos for life. Hashtag Plutos forever. At Manthony012. Love you, bro. Catch ya at the next level. Hashtag Plutos for life. At Amy Dubois. I love you and I'll look for you every day. Hashtag Pluto Constellation. They don't tell me to stay safe or nothing like that because they know what's what, but they no doubt rooting for me. They've left comments on all my pictures wishing they were with us at the travel arena and make a moment in the cemetery everywhere. I open up my Pluto's group chat and send them a painful text. Matteo is dead. Their condolences spill in mad and fast. It's dizzying. They don't ask for details. And I bet Tago is really fighting that urge to ask how it happened. I'm relieved he doesn't. I need to close my eyes for a bit, not long because I don't have that. But in case I don't wake up because of some complication, I shoot them one last text. Whatever happens to me, scatter me at Althea. Orbit each other so damn hard, I love you. 10:02 p.m. I snap awake from the nightmare. Nightmare Matteo was completely ablaze, blaming me for his death, telling me he would have never died if he hadn't met me. It sears into my mind, but I shake it off as nothing but a nightmare because Matteo would never blame anyone for anything. Matteo is dead. That was no way for him to go out. Matteo should have gone out saving someone because he was such a selfless person. No, even if he didn't die a hero's death, he died a hero. Matteo Torres definitely saved me. Lidia Vargas, 10:10 p.m. Lidia is home on her couch, eating comfort candy, letting Penny stay awake. Lydia's grandmother has gone to bed, exhausted from watching Penny, and Penny herself is winding down. She isn't cranky or whining, almost as if she knows to give her mother a break. Lydia's phone ring. It's the same number Matteo called her from before Rufus's. She answers, Matteo. Penny looks at the door, but doesn't find Matteo. Lidia waits for his voice, but he doesn't say anything. Rufus. Lydia's heart races, and she closes her eyes. Yeah, it's happened. Lidia drops the phone on the couch, punching the cushions and scaring Penny. Lidia doesn't want to know how it happened, not tonight. Her heart's already broken, and she doesn't need every last piece shattered to bits. Tiny hands pull Lydia's hands away from her face, and like earlier, Penny is tearing up because her mother is crying. Mummy, Penny says. This one word says everything to Lidia. Fall apart, but piece herself back together, if not for herself, for her daughter. Lidia kisses Penny's forehead and picks up the phone. You there, Rufus? Yeah, he says again. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss too, Lidia says. Where are you? I'm at the same hospital as his dad, Rufus says. Lidia wants to ask him if he's okay, but she knows he won't be soon enough. I'm going to visit him, Rufus says. Matteo wanted to come out to him, but we didn't make it. Should I tell his dad? Is it weird that it's me? You know him best. You know him really well too, Lidia says. If you can't, I can. I know he can't hear, but I want to tell him how brave his son was, Rufus says. Matteo is now a was. I can hear you, Lidia says. Please tell me first. Lydia holds Penny in her lap while Rufus tells her everything Matteo didn't get a chance to tell her himself tonight. Tomorrow she'll build a bookcase Matteo brought for Penny and put his pictures all around her room. Lydia will keep Matteo alive the only way she can. Delilah Grey, 10:12 p.m. Delilah is writing the obituary based on the interview her boss didn't fire her over. Howie Maldonado may have wanted a different life, but the legacy Delilah has learned from him is an important one. Life is about balances, a pie chart with equal slices in all areas of life for maximum happiness. Delilah was positive she wouldn't be meeting death today, but maybe death simply has other plans for her. There's still a little under 2 hours left until midnight. In this time she'll be able to see if it's been coincidence or doom fate pushing her back and forth all day like a wave after wave. Delilah is at Althea, a diner named for the park across the street where she first met Victor, and she's nearly done writing the obituary for the man she's almostly only ever known from afar. Instead of confronting the man she loves in what would possibly be her final hours, she pushes aside her notebook to make room so she can spin the engagement ring Victor refused to take back last night. Delilah decides on a game. If the emerald is facing her, she'll give in and call him. If the band is facing her, she'll simply finish the obituary, go home and get a good night's rest and figure out next steps tomorrow. Delilah spins the ring and the emerald points directly at her, not even the slightest bit favouring her shoulder or patrons. Delilah whips out her phone and calls Victor desperately, hoping he's screwing with her. Maybe one of the many secrets regarding Deathcast is why they decide who dies, like some lottery no one wants to win. Maybe Victor went into work, slid her name across to Mr. Executor's table and said, "Take her." Maybe heartbreak kills. Victor Gallaher, 10:13 p.m. Deathcast did not call Victor Gallaher last night because he isn't dying today. Protocol for telling an employer about their end day involves an administrator calling the Decker into their office for a meeting. It's never obvious to the outside employees whether the person is dying or being terminated. They simply never return to their desks, but this is of little concern for Victor since he's not dying today. Victor has been pretty depressed, more than usual. His fiancée, he's still calling Dahlia his fiancée because she still has his grandmother's ring. Tried breaking up with him last night, even though she claims it's because she's not in the same headspace he is. He knows it's because he hasn't been himself lately. Ever since starting at DC 3 months ago, he's been in, for a lack of stronger word, a funk. He's on his way to the in-house therapist for all DC employees because on top of Delilah's trying to end things with him, the weight of the job is killing him. The pleading he can't do anything about, the questions he has zero answers for. All of it is crushing, but the money is damn good and the health insurance is damn good, and he really likes things to be damn good with his fiancée again. Victor walks into the building, undisclosed location of course, with Andrea Donahue, a co-worker who doesn't stop to admire the portraits of smiling Victorians and past presidents on yellow walls. Deathcast aesthetic is not what you'd imagine it to be. No doom and gloom in here. It was decided the open floor plan should be less professional and bright like a daycare, so the heralds wouldn't drive themselves crazy as they delivered end day alerts in cramped cubicles. "Hey, Andrea," Victor says, pushing the elevator button. Andrea has been working at DC since the beginning, at a job Victor knows she desperately needs, even though she hates it because of the damn good pay for her kids' rocket high tuition and damn good insurance since her leg is busted. "Hi," she says. "How's the kitty?" Small talk before and after shifts is encouraged by DC administrators. Many opportunities to connect with those in possession of tomorrow's. "Still a kitty," Andrea says. "Cool." The elevator arrives. Victor and Andrea get on and Victor quickly presses close so he doesn't have to share the elevator with some of his co-workers who do nothing but ramble on about things that don't matter, like celebrity gossip and bad TV, on their way to basically ruin someone's life. Victor and Delilah call them switches, and they both hate that people like them exist. His phone buzzes inside his pocket. He tries not psyching himself into thinking Delilah is calling, and his heart races when he reads her name. "It's her," Victor tells Andrea, turning to her as if she's in the know. She's as interested in his life as he is in her new kitty. He answers the phone. Delilah, hi. A little desperate, sure, but this is love we're talking about. Did you do it, Victor? Do what? Don't mess with me. What are you talking about? The end day call. Did you have someone harass me because you're pissed? If you did, I won't report you. Just tell me now and we can forget about it. Victor's spirit drops as he reaches the 10th floor. You got the alert? Andrea was about to get out, but stays on the elevator. Victor doesn't know if she's staying because she's concerned or interested, and he doesn't care. Victor knows Delilah isn't playing with his head. He can always tell when she's lying by the tone of her voice, and he knows she's accusing him of an actual threat she almost certainly would report him for. Delilah is quiet on the other end. Delilah, where are you? Althea, she says, the diner where they met. She still loves him, he knew it. Don't move, I'm coming. He presses close again, trapping Andrea in there with him. She presses lobby 30-something times, even as the elevator is already descending. I wasted the day, Delilah cries. I thought, I'm so stupid. I'm so fucking stupid. I wasted the day. You're not stupid. You're going to be okay. Victor has never lied to a decker before today. Oh shit, Delilah is a decker. The elevator stops on the 2nd floor and he bursts out running down the stairs, losing cell service as he does so. He runs through the lobby, telling Delilah how much he loves her and how he's on his way. He checks his watch, 2 hours exactly, but for all he knows, it could be over in 2 minutes. Victor gets in his car and speeds to Althea. Rufus, 10:14 p.m. The last photo I'm throwing up on Instagram is one of me with my last friend. It's the one we took in his bedroom where I'm wearing his glasses and he's squinting and we're smiling because we won some happiness before I lost him. I scroll through all my pictures, mad grateful for the pops of colour Matteo gave me on our end day. The nurse wants me to stay in bed, but it's not only in my Decker rights to refuse assistance, but there's no way in hell I'm camping out here when I've got to see Matteo's father. I have less than 2 hours to live and I can't think of a better way to spend that time than respecting Matteo's final request to meet his father. But for real this time, I've got to meet the man who raised Matteo into the dude I fell in love with in less than a day. I head to the 8th floor with the insistent nurse. Yeah, she's well intentioned and wants to assist. I get it. I just don't have much patience in me right now. I don't even hesitate when I get to the room I march in. Matteo's father isn't exactly what I pictured Matteo would look like in the future, but close enough. He's still sound asleep, completely unaware that his son won't be around to welcome him home if he ever wakes up. I don't even know what's left of their home. Hopefully the firefighters stop the fire from spreading. Hey, Mr. Torres. I sit down beside him, the same seat Matteo was in when he was singing earlier. I'm Rufus. I was Matteo's last friend. I managed to get him out of the house. I don't know if he told you, he was really brave. I pull out my phone out of my pocket and I'm relieved when it powers up. I'm sure you're really proud of him. You knew he had it in him all along. I've only known him for a day and I'm really proud of him too. I've got to watch him grow up into a person he always wanted to be. I scroll through the photos I took from the beginning of the day, skipping over the ones from my time before meeting Matteo and staring with my first colour photo. We did a lot of living today. I give him the full recap as I go from photo to photo. A sneaky shot of Matteo in Wonderland, which I never got to show him. 2 of us dressed up like aviators at a Maker moment where we went skydiving. The graveyard of payphones where we discussed mortality. Matteo sleeping on the train, holding his Lego sanctuary. Matteo sitting inside his half-dug grave. The open bookstore window minutes before we survived an explosion. That dude riding my bike I no longer wanted because Matteo was scared it would be the death of us, but not after one first and last ride together. Adventures in the travel arena outside Clint's graveyard where Matteo and I sang and danced and kissed and ran for our lives. Matteo jumping around on his bed for me and our last photo together, me in Matteo's glasses and he's squinting but so damn happy. I'm happy too, even now when I'm destroyed again. Matteo repaired me. I played a video which I could listen to on loop and here he was singing. Your song, which he said you sung to Matteo, acted like he was singing only because he wanted to make me feel special. I no doubt did, but I know he was singing for himself too. He loved singing even though he wasn't very good. Ha! He loved singing, and you and Lydia and Penny and me and everyone. Mr. Torres' heart monitor doesn't respond to Mateo's song or my stories. No skips, nothing. It's heartbreaking, this whole thing. Mr. Torres stuck here alive, nowhere to go. Maybe it's even a bigger slap in the face than dying young. Maybe he'll wake up. I bet he'll feel like the last man in the world after losing his son, even though thousands will surround him every day. There's a picture on top of the chest beside Mr. Torres's bed. It's Mateo as a kid, his dad and a Toy Story cake. Kid Mateo looks so happy, so damn happy. Makes me wish I'd known him since childhood. An extra week even, an extra hour, just more time. On the back of the photo there's a message. Thank you for everything, Dad. I'll be brave and I'll be okay. I love you from here to there, Mateo. I stare at Mateo's handwriting. He wrote this today and he delivered. I need Mateo's dad to know about what his son was up to. I dig into my pocket and there's my drawing of the world from when Mateo and I first sat down this morning at my favourite diner. It's beat up and a little wet, but it'll do. I grab a pen from inside the chest drawer and write around the world. Mr. Torres, I'm Rufus Emeterio. I was Mateo's last friend. He was mad brave on his end day. I took photos all day on Instagram. You gotta see how he lived. My username is @RufusPluto. Rufus on Pluto. I'm really happy your son reached out to me on what would have been the worst day ever. Sorry for your loss, Rufus. 9th of the 5th, 17. I fold up the note and leave it with the picture. I head out the room shaking. I don't go looking for Mateo's body. That's not what he would have wanted me in my final minutes. I leave the hospital. 10:36 p.m. The hourglass is almost out of sand and it's getting creepy. I'm picturing death stalking me, hiding behind cars and bushes, ready to swing his damn scythe. I'm mad tired, not just physically but straight emotionally drained. This is how I felt after losing my family, full force grief. I have no chance pulling myself out of without time, which we know I don't have. I'm making my way back to Althea Park to wait this night out, no matter how normal that is for me. I can't get myself to stop shaking, because I can't be alert as all hell right now, and it won't change what's going down mad soon. I also miss my family and that Mateo kid so much, and there'd better be an afterlife, and Mateo better make it easy to find him like he's promised. I wonder if Mateo found his mother yet. I wonder if he told her about me, and if I find my family first, we'll have our hug it out moment, and then I'll recruit them in my Mateo manhunt. Then who knows what comes next. I throw on my headphones and watch the video of Mateo singing to me. I see Althea Park in the distance, my place of great change. I return my attention to the video, his voice blasting in my ears. I cross the street without an arm to hold me back. Well, and that's the end of the book. Wow, even the ending leaves you thinking, how's he gonna die? I think they both die in the trailer, the Althea trailer together, the last two. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Something must run into it. Wow, sad. Didn't cry. Got close, but it's pretty good book. I like books that make you think. Alright, so that's it. That's the end of our little journey with They Both Die at the End. And I will see you later in the week. Hopefully Wednesday, with the new book. I can't remember what it's called now. But it's Adam Severo's one too. Stick with him for a little bit. Okay, hope you're having a good day. Don't cry too much, but sometimes it's good to have a cry. Get it out. Yeah. Alright.